Hey YouTubers, this is my JunkDoppel deck. This is my first deck profile, but, well, technically it is, but it's not my first deck. I was gonna make a deck profile for the last format for March 2011 with the macros Cosmos, but since pod duality is at 2, the deck isn't consistent enough, so I decided not to run it anymore. But here's my JunkDoppel deck. So we have 3 junk synchrons. Pretty standard in the deck. 3 junk synchrons. People say 2. I don't know. 2 doesn't work that well. I think 3 is better than 2 because you have that extra. So Doppel Warriors 2. Quick Draw Synchron at 2. It's just a great card to run. Low Eaters 2, because 1 just to me seems like it's not good enough. That's why I run the extra 1, because it's just nice to have in the graveyard. Even if they banish it, you still have that. Double Kobolds. I've been testing this, like I've been using this. It seems like that extra Kobold seems kind of dead, because you have no tuner or anything while it's in the graveyard. So that's the thing that sucks about it. But that's the reason. That's the reason why Kobold at 2 isn't great. But I'm thinking about running a Synchron Explorer instead of the second one, this one right here. But that's just what I think. But I haven't actually tried it out yet. But yeah, double unknown Synchron. I'll explain this in another video because why this is so good at 2 and not at 1, because people run 1 and they don't see why, or some people don't see why 2 is good enough. 2 is better because it's basically a Cyber Dragon special summon, and now you have an extra monster on the field that you haven't normal summoned yet, and it's a tuner level 1. Here's the TG part of the deck. I don't run a plant engine. There's 3 werewolves, and I don't run the plant engine because I don't have a lone fire yet. But Striker, triple werewolf, obviously, since Striker's at 1. Here's the 2 effect veilers. Obviously, 2 effect veilers. Good overall. And then Gore is such a broken card. Drop it on their high beater, especially since you're spell dependent instead of trap dependent. So it just helps you +2. And yeah, that's it for the monsters. Here's the spells. Double duality. I run duality over tunings because I can't afford tunings, and tunings are hard to get. But if you guys have a tunings willing for trade or sell, just PM me. But usually I would trade for it. But just PM me because I need three tunings because it makes the deck better. But then I also like dualities since it stops you from overextending. Like in JunkDoppels, people overextend a lot, and then they don't think about like your opponent having a Dark Hole, Torrential Tribute. They're like, oh, my opponent's not gonna have that. But that's why I run dualities. Double MST. I side another one because I just want to get rid of back row, and then that Heavy Storm, obviously. But I bet you now, like, people are running Starlight Road or a Huge Revolution is over. But yeah, Dark Hole, Monster Reborn, Book of Moon, pretty standard. The standards, the stables with the Heavy Storm. Mind Control. I don't have any XCs in this deck, but Mind Control works well, even at 1. Oh, it is 1, but Mind Control just works well because I can just use their monsters for synchro summoning. Like, I'll be using it, I go against heroes, and now like, oh, let me take your monster. So yeah, it's a good card. Rhoda, obviously, search engine. We have a dump engine in here, Foolish Rail, and a 1-for-1. This is supposed to be my 3rd tuning because pod duality is at 2 for the September ban list. But 1-for-1's good for dumping, but for me it seems like it's not good enough. It only works well with the plant engine, but that's just my opinion. And then the recycle engine, Pot of Avarice, obviously. It was amazing at 3. I don't know why they did it. Well, that's why they did it, because it's so amazing. But yeah, double warning. and a Solemn Judgment, obviously, Solemn Brigade. But I might take these out for like bottomless because Solemn Warnings to me seems like a big cost, 2,000. Even though Solemn Judgment's half your life points, you might be in like a tough situation and you can Solemn their plays. It just works nice, even though you pay half your life points. And then D-Prison with the Mirror Force. Get rid of the solution right away. It's like a bottomless, but if they attack it. So, yeah. And the Starlight Road. 1, 2, too much. 1, good. And then I have my extra deck. Oh, yeah. But 3 tokens, obviously. I might run. I need to throw in another for a 3rd, 4th token, because usually I get more than 2 tokens out on the field. But Formula, obviously, needed. Armory Arm, great card. Junk Warrior, Hyper Librarian, I don't have it yet, but in the substitute I run Android. It works nice, but I like Hyper Librarian better, draw power. And then Catastor, level 5s. Level 6, we have Gaia and Drill. People say not to run the Drill. People say run Gardenet instead, but I honestly like the Drill Warrior better because it recycles. You'll ditch your warning or something because it's too much of a cost. You ditch your warning, recycle your Junk Synchron, banish this, and then you get to pretty much bait their Solemn Warning, bait their Solemn Judgment, bait their Bottomless Trap Hole, their Compulse, whatever. You're baiting it. So, yeah. Then Black Rose, obviously, and a Natural Warrior. People say run a Junk Berserker instead of a Natural Warrior. I like Nitro Warrior better because you attack your monster destroyed by battle, then switch the defense position monster to attack position and attack it as well. So he gets that bonus field control of destroying stuff off the field. And plus, if it gains 1,000 attack for your next attack if you use the spell card that turn. So that's just great. And then level 8s, Junk Destroyer, Road Warrior, Scrap Dragon, Double Stardust. So those are my level 8 lineup. I'll explain Road Warrior in the next video, but Road Warrior is just pretty much the special summon engine in the deck by itself. And a Shooting Star Dragon, obviously, because I run the formula. But if you guys have a Shooting Quasar, PM me, because I kind of want it. But yeah. So that's my deck format. The side deck I really shouldn't show you because it all depends on your locals. But yeah, so peace out, YouTube.